we are here to proclaim to the 12 tribes of Israel to come back to the Lord and keep the commandments. We're going to prophesy the downfall of America because America is about to be destroyed. We're going to start this off with Matthew 24. Bring it up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
You see that? So Jesus said, it ain't going to be nothing left here. Right? This is all about to get thrown down. Right? Read.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the mountain of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?
You see that? And the disciples said, What? Man, when is this going to happen? When is these things going to be? Right? Read.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
They said, how we going to know when you coming back? Right? Read.
And of the end of the world.
They said, tell us when it's going to be. How we going to know when it's the end of the world? Right? Read.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall fear, and you shall hear wars of rumors, and rumors of wars.
He said, you're going to hear wars, and you're going to hear rumors of wars. Have you been paying attention to the news lately? Have you been paying attention to what's going on with China and Taiwan? Have you been paying attention to what's going on with Russia and Ukraine? Right? Have you been paying attention to what's going on with Israel and Iran? Right? Read.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet.
Right. But the end is not yet. This is the beginning of the end. Right? This is the beginning of sorrows, like it tells you in the scriptures. Read.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
You see that? And we come from the nation of Israel. The white man come from the nation of Edom. Right? And the Chinese come from the nation of Moab. So it's going to be nation against nation. There's going to be race wars going on around here, man. Right? Read.
Verse 7. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms.
You see that? So it's going to be race wars, and it's going to be country against country. There's going to be a war. So it's going to be all hell breaking loose, man. Right? Read.
And there shall be famines. And
there's going to be a lack of bread or lack of food. Right? So it's going to be all hell breaking loose, and it ain't going to be no food. You ain't going to be able to find no food nowhere. Right? Read.
And pestilence.
That's your coronavirus. Check the stores, man. They can't even stock the stores. You got all this pestilence going on. You got people walking around wearing masks everywhere they go. Everything's contaminated. Read.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
Right. Hey, brother, come hear the words of God, brother. Hey, brother, we reading the Bible. Come hear the words of God, brother. Come give some time to the Lord. Read.
And earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrow.
You see that? This is the beginning of sorrow. This is the beginning of the end of the world. Read.
Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Right. And they hate the Israelites. Right? They passing all of these laws saying if you don't get this vaccine, you gotta go to FEMA camp. Right? You gotta go to prison. Right? You can't be free anymore. Right? Read.
Verse 9. Then shall you be delivered up and be afflicted, and they shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Right, because everything that's going on around here. Right? The love of many, like it's gonna tell you, gonna wax cold. There ain't gonna be no food around here, there ain't gonna be no love around here, there ain't gonna be no more friends around here. People are gonna hate one another, okay? Hey, come hear the word, sister. We over here reading the Bible, y'all come hear the word. Pan that camera, sister, pan that camera. Hey, y'all come hear the word, we over here reading the Bible, y'all. Come get a couple Bible scriptures. Read.
Verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Right. That's your Creflo Dollar. That's your TD Slicks. That's Pastor Porkchop. Telling y'all don't have to keep the law. But when you read the last page of the Bible, it tells you if you do not keep the commandments, you cannot enter in through the gates into heaven. You're going to be cast forever into the lake of fire, into eternal damnation. You got a precept? Go ahead, finish that out.
Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved.
You see that? But he that stay faithful to the Lord is going to make it through this thing. He that keep the commandments and stay faithful to the Lord shall fear no evil. Get Proverbs 1. Hold that. We're going right back there. Proverbs 1. Read the last one.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 33. But whosoever hearkens unto me,
whosoever listens to the voice of God,
shall dwell safely.
And you're going to dwell safely. You're going to be all right.
And shall be quiet from fear of evil.
You see that? Ain't no evil going to touch the people that fear the Lord and follow God. Right?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
You see that? And that's why we out here preaching the gospel. Right? Pan the camera again, sister. That's why we out here preaching the gospel on the speaker for all the world. Right? This is part of the end. Our ancestors, right before the downfall of every kingdom, okay, the Most High raised up prophets to prophesy the downfall, to save the people that's faithful to Him, to wake up the people that's faithful to Him, to warn the people.
Let's come read the Bible with us. Let's get a couple minutes of your time, man.
They said no, brother. They already said no, brother. Let's precept that thing. Go to Ezekiel 3.
This is Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the words at my mouth, and give them warning from me.
You see that? And that's what we out here doing. We out here giving y'all warning from the Most High God that America is about to be destroyed. This is the most wickedest kingdom that ever reigned on the planet Earth. They have killed millions and millions and millions of your people, and you sit here and hold hands and shuck and jive with them. Like a damn coon. Right? Hey, we ready to run that war back, man. And I want my get back, man. Right? It's time for round 2, man. Where the men of the Lord at that's ready to stand up and fight with us, man, in righteousness? These people are passing laws saying you can marry a damn dog, man. You with this place, man? You happy here? Go back to Matthew 24. Right? Hey, America's about to be destroyed. You got your fair warning. Come back to the Lord, or when these missiles hit, you're gonna be the one that aimed at. You got that? Bring it up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
Right, and that's why we preaching this gospel to you. This is your fair warning. Read.
For a witness unto all nations.
That's right. And you got all the nations out here hearing this. This is how you know that the world is coming to an end. Right? Read.
And then shall the end come.
You see that? And then shall the end come. You see that? Read.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Right, and this is going into the destruction of the temple, okay, and how we fled away. Let's jump ahead. Start right there.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation.
You see that? Great tribulations is coming to this place. Okay, read.
Such as was not since the beginning of the world.
You see that? So what's coming to this place has never been seen before. All of the death in the morning and the famines. You ain't never seen nothing like this was coming to this place, man. Read.
To this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Hey, you ain't never gonna see nothing like what's coming to this place, man. Read.
And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for his elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Right, that's why you say, oh man, it's the New Year's already? Time flying. That's how you know it's the end of the world. All these things must come to pass. Read.
Verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
You see that? These people are saying they've been to the moon. See, these people, go to Isaiah 14. These people want to be God. Right? These people are showing all type of signs in heaven saying that they didn't put their damn country flag on the moon. Putting damn satellites in the sky, right? And all type of wickedness, man. Like, they run this thing, man. Like, that's gonna save them. Making a damn space force. What do you need a space for? You got the Air Force. What do you need a space force for? Who are you fighting in space? Right? Where you at? Read, start at 12.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
You see that? The devil got y'all weak, man. Y'all don't even know who y'all are. Y'all calling yourself black and Mexican, speaking Spanish, and you not even from Spain. Spain is in damn Europe. European people speak Spanish. You ain't European. Why do you speak Spanish? These people that y'all weak. Read.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
You see that? I'm gonna go be in heaven. What else he say?
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
You see that? I'm gonna put my flag on the moon. They gonna think I'm all special and capable of anything like God. Read.
I will also sit also upon the mountain of the congregations and the sides of the north.
The sides of the north, North America. This is where the devil dwells. This is where Satan dwells. This is his home. Read.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
You see that? Satan said, hey, I'm going to be like God. He deceiving y'all, man. Making y'all think he's something he's not. Y'all over here praising Caesar Borgia. An effeminate Edomite. The devil that the Bible speaks of. Where you at? Yeah, go ahead. Start at 29.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
That's why I tell y'all, man, it's going to be real dark around here. There's going to be a lot of death around here. Right? Read.
And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Right. Which means what? It's going to be all hell breaking loose, man. This place ain't even going to look like a damn 10% of what it look like right now, man. This place is going to nothing, man. And then Yahweh Shai going to come and have to save you. Read.
And then shall the tribes of the earth mourn.
Right. And they going to want to make war with the Most High Son. But he is the Lord of Lords and Kings of Kings. Right? Your arms ain't long enough to box with him, man. Right? Read.
And all they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven unto the other.
Right. And that's the Most High's chosen people. You see, God has a chosen people. Right? His elect. Right? What does that mean when you elect somebody? When the president get elected, he was chosen. You see, God has chosen people.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people.
The same as all people.
Above all people.
So God has a chosen people that's above all people. Where?
That are upon the face of the earth.
You see that? Those are his elect. You see that? Go back to Matthew. So the Most High has a chosen people. And he's going to come and he's going to gather them. Wait, finish what you left off.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 31. And he shall send his angel with a great sound of a trumpet, and shall gather together his elect.
You see that? That's his chosen people. That's above all people.
God.
Because they keep the commandments of the Lord, they will never depart.
That's right.
Okay? 3.
Shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other.
Right, because we've been scattered abroad through slavery. Right, God's chosen people have been scattered across the four corners of the earth through slavery. If you are a black Latino, or Native American, you are God's chosen people. Read.
Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaf, ye shall know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye when ye shall see all these things, know that the end is near at the door.
You see that? And don't you see all these things? Well, you should know that the end of the world is near. Right? Didn't ancient Greece fall? Didn't ancient Rome fall? You see that? All of these kingdoms have fallen throughout history. All of these great mighty kingdoms fell. You don't think America's gonna fall? Yeah, America's about to be destroyed. You ever heard that before? You ever heard America's gonna get destroyed? Read.
So likewise, ye when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door.
See that? It's even at the door, it's knocking.